Hi boys and girls, and welcome to your math lesson today. Today is Tuesday, May 12th, 2020. Today we are starting our last unit that we're going to do together in our textbooks. And it is Unit 17, Numbers 230. For your math assignment today, you're going to need your math textbook and a pencil. And then for Mrs. P's demonstration, I'm going to be using 3 egg cartons and some pom-poms. Now you can be using anything if you want to follow along with me. You could also use how we've used 10 frames before on a piece of paper, draw out 10 frames and use small objects. But Mrs. Peterson today is using 3 egg cartons of 10 and some pom-poms. So I'm just going to move my textbook and I'm going to start with my demonstration here. So I have a bunch of pom-poms. Now if I was to say to you, boys and girls, how many pom-poms do you think there are here? And if you had to guess, do you think that would be easy or maybe a little difficult? I think it would be a little bit difficult. But what I want you to do is I want you to try, without counting them, can you please guess? So you're gonna guess, you're not gonna count them, how many pom-poms Mrs. Peterson has here. So look at them really quickly and guess how many pom-poms do you think I have without counting them? Do you have a number in your head? Okay, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna collect my pom-poms and I'm gonna put them in my bowl. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, we actually technically only need 2 milk cartons, I guess. Just 2, not 3. Is you're going to now organize them. So we know that if we fill every one of these slots, these are each 10, so we'll know these are 10. Okay, so I'm gonna just start filling up the spaces in my egg cartons. Filling all the spaces until I run out of spaces. So I've ran out of spaces now, boys and girls. Now, if I was to say to you, boys and girls, can you guess how many pom-poms I have? Wouldn't it be so much easier because now we've organized them. We know that this is 10, and this is 10, and these are the leftover ones. So now if I ask you, boys and girls, how many pom-poms do I have? You could easily guess because you know this is 10, 10, and 1. So you have 10, plus another 10 is 20. Good job. And then how many's left over here? 4. I have 24 pom-poms. So much easier, right? So this is an activity I want you to try with your families after. You're going to take some pom-poms and do the same thing with your families, or your brother, or your sister, or your auntie, your uncle, your grandparents. You're going to give them a bunch of pom-poms and say, guess how many pom-poms, and then you're going to show them how, and when you organize them into your little 10 frames, so much easier. Okay, I'm going to put these away. Then we're going to get started onto our textbook. Let's put this to the side. So boys and girls, can you please turn to page 94 in your textbook? Let's turn to page 94, right there. So you should see some toy soldiers. I'm just gonna wait a second so that you are ready to go. Okay, so let's look and talk. If we were to do the same kind of thing with these soldiers, so let's look at these soldiers. If I was simply just to tell you, boys and girls, how many soldiers are on this page? And you had to guess without counting, how many would you say? it a little bit more difficult, doesn't it? When I just say, tell me how many soldiers there are, and you don't get to count them. But, boys and girls, what if I told you that they've already organized these soldiers into groups of 10? So this is a group of 10, and this is already a group of 10. And then these are ones. So if I was now to ask you, boys and girls, how many soldiers are there? And you knew that this was a group of 10, and this was a group of 10, and then these were the leftover ones, you could easily probably tell me how many this is. So we have one group of 10, and another group of 10, that's what? 20. And then how many are left over? 4. 24. Here, I'll put a 4 by these guys. And I'm just going to put an equal sign in 24. Much easier, right? Much easier when we organize it. So in this unit, we're going to be talking about numbers to 30. So now let's look at this page. Now we have already worked on this before with numbers to 20 when we are grouping things into 10. Up to 20. But now we're going to do it up to 30 because we have gotten so smart. We can now do up to 30. All right, let's look at this page, page 95. It says, count, write the numbers. So what they have here, boys and girls, is they have a little chart. And we've done these charts before, so you should know already kind of what to do here. But in this first part, it says tens. And then in the second one, it says ones. And then here, we're going to say how many there is all together. So what we have to do is we need to count and put it into groups of 10. And then if there's any ones left over, we're going to put the ones. So let's start. I'm going to do this page with you. Let's start with the balloons. Can you count along with me, friends? So I'm going to tick them so I remember that I've counted them. And when we get to a group of 10, we're going to circle it, okay? All right, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 10 hot air balloons. So I'm going to circle this. Now, how many groups of 10 did we have? Just one. So I'm going to put a 1 in this first box. Did we have any ones left over? No. So we're going to put a 0 in that box. Now, if we put this number together, which number do we get? 10. Good job. So I'm going to put 10. We have 10 hot air balloons. Feel free, boys and girls, through this lesson. If I get ahead of you, feel free just to pause the video so you can catch up. All right, let's look at the airplanes. So remember, when we get to a group of 10, we're going to stop and we're going to circle it, okay? Let's count the airplanes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have a group of 10, so I'm going to stop and I'm going to circle it. I'll wait a minute for you to catch up. Okay, now let's keep going. Let's see if we can get another group of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Another group of 10, so I'm going to stop and circle it. I'll wait another second, boys and girls, for you to catch up. Okay, now let's count. 1, 2, 3. Not a group of 10. Okay, so how many groups of 10 did we end up having, boys and girls? 2. So in this 10 box, I'm going to put a 2. How many ones did we have left over? 3. 3 ones. So if we were to combine this, what number would we get? 23. Good job. We have 23 airplanes. Okay, now let's try with the boats. Remember, when we get to a group of 10, we're going to stop and circle it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to stop and I'm going to circle. I'll wait for you to catch up. Okay, let's keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I'm going to stop and I'm going to circle it. How many are, so I'm done now and we're going to have one left over. So how many groups of 10 do I have? 1, 2. So I'm going to put a 2 in the tens box. How many ones were left over? Just one boat. Now, if we were to combine that number, what would we get? 21. Good job. You're so good at this. Okay, if you need to catch up, pause the video before you turn the page. Okay, now we're going to do these 2 pages. What's going to happen, boys and girls, is Mrs. Peterson, I'm going to do this page with you, and then you are going to do this page by yourself. Because I want to see, and I think you'll be able to do it, if you can do this page on your own, okay? So again, I'm going to do this page with you to make sure you get the hang of it, and then you're going to do this page by yourself. Okay, so it says the same thing as the page before. Count, right? The numbers. But this one is a little bit easier because they've already grouped them in groups of 10 for you. So if the necklace is on the string and tied, that means that is already a group of 10. So they've already made your groups of 10 for you and have your ones for you. So this is going to be a little bit easier, isn't it? Okay, so let's start. Remember, if it's a necklace, that means it's already a group of 10. So boys and girls, looking at this first one, how many groups of 10 do we have? How many necklaces do we have? 2. So in this tens box, I'm going to write a 2. Did we have any ones left over? Any single beads? Yes, 1. So I'm going to put a 1 in this box. Now, if we combine these numbers, what number do we get? 21. Awesome. Okay, let's look at the green necklaces. How many groups of 10 do we have? 2. How many ones did we have left over? 3. Now, if we put that number together, what number do we get? 23. We have 23 green beads. All right, let's look at the blue beads. How many groups of 10 do we have? How many necklaces? 2. How many ones or single beads do we have left over? None. So we're going to put a 0. Now, if we combine that number, what do we get? 20. Awesome. I think you're getting the hang of this. I'll do these next 2 with you, and then I'll let you do the next page on your own. How many necklaces do we have? 2. 2 yellow necklaces. How many were left over? 4. Awesome. What is that number together? 24. Last one that Mrs. P is going to help you with. How many full necklaces do we have? 2. How many single beads do we have? 2. What is that number together? 22. Awesome. So I'm going to stop now and I'm going to get you to do page 97 on your own. So remember, if the necklace is tied and attached, that means it's a group of 10. And if it's a single beads, that means that it's the ones. When you're all done, you're going to write the numbers together. Good luck. And tomorrow, you're going to be playing, if you choose to do my activity tomorrow, you're going to be playing a matching game with groups of 10s. Have a great day, boys and girls.